So Arsenal Fan TV, I'm just going to do a wrap. I want to ask some of the fans here about this whole Alexis Sanchez situation, right? Because this is the thing that's looming next week. He comes back on Tuesday. Now, I'm getting mixed signals from from fans as to whether we should keep it. If he comes back next week and he says that, you know what, I'd like to leave the club, what would you do as Wenger?
Well, we're just going to have to sell him. You can't have a player at the club that doesn't want to play for the team, and it's for a year as well. Either way, end of this season or the next one, he's going to go. So we should just sell him. Yeah.
What about you, sir?
Yeah. Let him go. He's going to bring problem in the dressing room.
He's a big player as well.
Yeah, he's a big player. We love him, but really, he doesn't want to play for Arsenal. Let him go. We see somebody that we can cash in, but not to Man City. Can go to any other outside the Premiership. Okay. That would be nice.
There's a huge difference. Like, I think there's a huge difference between the Van Persie situation and the Sanchez situation. Like, Van Persie, if he wasn't sold, he would have bitched and moaned and just sulked the whole season. Sanchez is a professional. Like, he won't sulk. He will play his socks off for the team. Like, yeah, as well. Van Persie was the captain, and he would have. He wouldn't have like gave any leadership.
If he comes in next week and he says, I want to leave, you as the manager, what would you do?
I'd keep him for a year. No, I'd keep him. I'd keep him.
I will have to agree with him because honestly, I think our main issue is that Sanchez will want to leave because we're not winning anything. If we start to win, if we started buying new players, we started buying Lacazette, players on his level, we have those players, we continue reinforcing our team. Of course he's going to stay. He's unhappy because we're not winning the things. But at the same time, he's now here, and for the first time, we've gone to the Europa League. So also, he's worked his socks off, I'll give him that. But at the same time, a team will come together, and if you fall...
He was part of that team, by the way, that didn't get into the Champions League. He's partly responsible.
He can't run away if he's partly responsible. If he's partly responsible, he has to work his socks off along with everybody else to get back to where we were.
Yeah, no, I agree with this man here on my right. Like, I would keep him for 1 year. It's a bit of a risk because, listen, yeah? Wait, it's a bit of a risk because obviously if we don't make it into the top 4, obviously he's going to go either way. But, you know, sometimes you just got to roll the dice, you got to gamble. If he's going to get us back into the top 4, if he's going to get us to the top, keep him.
I'd give him a
I think that we should take the money and run. We can take 70, 80 million now, or we can take...
No one's going to pay that money.
Well, we can take any money now, or we'll go on a free next year.
Who are you going to replace him with? Who could you replace? You think Lamar?
Same work rate, hasn't he? He's got the same work rate I've seen, and yeah, I mean he's a brilliant player. Sanchez puts his heart out every day into the on the football pitch, and I mean, what was I going to say? Yeah, honestly, Sanchez is one of the best players we have at Arsenal. Can we afford to let him go? Because he's our best player at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if we want to win the league, my point of view, if we don't want to stay, all right, let him go. Get the money. Let him go. Right? Seriously, yeah. Because why have a player who ain't going to give you 100%? All right. And why keep him for a year? So no.
He's got a year left on his contract.
He's not. Put it this way: if we don't want to be there, we should let him go. Take the money. Right?
Me, we will risk and leave and keep him. Keep him. We keep him. Yeah. He will play. He will play. He will play. He will play. We are risk. It's not about the money.
Yo, you just got to look what happened to Dimitri Payet. They tried to hold on to him. He wanted to go. It's the same. It's the same, but it's a bigger club. And if he wants to go, we got to let him go, or he might do so many things.
Cash him in. You're better off cashing him in, going into the market and buying another player. If you keep him and you get Champions League football, is Champions League football going to keep him at Arsenal? No, it's not. It's not.
See, the situation you're dealing with here is we're talking about if he goes this season or he goes next season. Either way he's going, so you might as well get the money for him. Because what he could do, we say he's going to work hard, but we don't know that.
You get the money from him. Is that money going to go? Yeah, is that like that man said? It's not our money, is it? Not going to benefit me, not going to benefit you, is it?
It'll benefit the club, though. It'll benefit the club.
In what way? Will we go and buy a replacement for him immediately, do you think?
That's the question. That's the question.
The whole point.
The question is, will we do
Robbie,
that? But if we just let him go for nothing, in January, he could easily just start sulking and decide he's not going to play, he's not going to give it in.
Robbie, let's cash in. That's all. Yeah.
Bully's there.
He's not happy.
Now, come on, Bully. I'm going to give you the final word on this. Alexis Sanchez.
He's staying.
You think he's staying, but if he comes in next week Tuesday and he says, Arsen, I've had enough now, I want to leave. I want to win things. I want to leave a club. If you was Arsenal, do you
step up the plate and ignore that twat in the top, Conky and his son, and say, right, now you players, you've like had my head on the chopping block for years and you've let me down and made it look like I've been the one that's failing, when we've already shown at the end of last season and in the cup final that the players are good enough, and it's their attitude, because it's almost like they're just treading water when they get in that top three and think, oh, this is all we need to do. I think that Alexis, in the same way as RVP, wants others to step up to the plate.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
I think he will also want to see how well him, Lacazette and Ozil combine. But 3 players cannot make a team.
But if he says he wants to leave, what would you do? Would you sell him, take the money, or do you say, right, no, you ain't going nowhere, you're staying here?
I say, you're staying here. We see it out. We should have made enough money already. If the board are shrewd enough businessmen, they should have already made the money that his transfer fee was, so we can afford to lose that anyway. Man United do it, and they've got how many millions that they're paying in interest every week, right? So if not, then Cronky, get off your arse, get out of our club and fuck off back to America.